looks like it's pretty well sunken into the stone. It almost looks like it's embedded in the stone.
Could I mold earth? Does that help?
Heck yeah.
Probably the best place for it.
Yeah, that's
Orvis will offer to
it's
do it
gonna
if you're too worried.
basically allow you to carve out like a 5-foot cube around that area and hunk it, kind of hunk it out. The only thing is it's, still going to be then embedded in this 5-foot cube.
Come on, come on. You said it was mine, right? And she's gonna try and use all her strength. Do I roll for anything or no?
I'm guessing that you use mold earth in this case to get this 5-foot cube out, and
Yes.
in that case, like I said, there's still just a crap ton of dirt and earth all around this thing.
Like, does it fit where where it was before in this, the spear, or no?
No, and the crystal itself is pretty massive. It's probably about
Okay.
1 foot by 10 inches, and when you kind of look at just the outer surface of the crystal itself, that's how much you could see. Then the depth, kind of tough to say, because like I said, it's embedded into the rock.
Could I try and do
What if we both mold Earth to double the size of the base? Okay, never mind.
I don't think that's gonna help. I'm just gonna say I don't think it's gonna help without a long explanation.
What could it melt? Like does there look like there's a slot, in the staff where a gem would have been?
There does, yeah. There is a interesting looking socket, like right in the center of the staff, but it's only about 1 inch wide by about 8 inches long.
Could I try to reduce the size of the crystal to fit in there? By the spell reduce and enlarge.
I don't think that is going to help you either, but let me read reduce and enlarge real quick.
I mean, it only lasts for a minute, so I don't know.
Yeah, pretty sure that
it reduces it to 1/8 of its normal size.
I think that's the weight. The size is half.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think that that's gonna help in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But you could probably do that to perhaps get it out of the stone.
Sure, I do that. I do it.
Yeah, as you do that, it does exactly as the spell says. It reduces it by half in all its dimensions, making it kind of like clink around inside of the stone there. And it looks like you could just pull it right out.
I do it.
Hey, that worked.
It's pretty long. You don't expect it, but it's about 18 to 20 inches long in terms of its depth, and this is at its halved size. We're talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, you might want to put down the ground before it grows back in size.
Yeah. Could I guess put this in my backpack?
Mordenkainen's already kind of like rolling out like a long piece of cloth for you to set it down on to wrap it in.
I do that. And I put it in a backpack. I suppose I could, take maybe a better look at it when we're on our way. I think this is what I was supposed to be looking for. I think this might be some way the key. It looked like the gem, that was in the spear in that vision that I just had while the spear touched it.
A vision. Dark vision? A vision of light, says Mordenkainen.
I mean, I always thought, like, my tribe was good, so I'm going to say it's a light vision.
A good omen. You'll need that. Taking this crystal may have consequences. The hill,
What?
it speaks for itself. He looks all around at the stone. You could shrug this off to, Mordenkainen perhaps having been in the state that he was.
No, I keep it.
Corvus interrupts and says, "I believe that from what I've seen so far, I believe that she is the true inheritor of the Kavani people and the original defenders of this land. Who else could it be but her?"
And besides, I've had dreams to come here, so I mean,
Yeah, as a druid, Corvus completely believes what you've experienced so far to be the truth. He knows how that druid stuff goes.
Like, Imelda, like, physically gets protective of the stone. Like, she, like, wraps it into her arms, like, in like, the cloth he offered.
Swaddling her rock baby.
Yes.
Lilfar, did they say anything to you in those visions? What did they do?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was a ritual, and then, some chanting, and then there was the guy that I think might have been Kavan with the spear, and then he offered it to me, like, bowed. I was wearing a pretty kick-ass, like, headdress. And then I exited out of it once I grabbed the spear that was offered to me, and then I tried to do it again, and then I came across a slightly different scene where, like, members of the tribe were in a circle, and it almost seemed like they were waiting for something, so I just took it, because it's like maybe they were waiting for me to take this part.
Did you see the stone in your vision?
Yeah, it looked like this one. It was smaller, though. So maybe there's a way to reduce it, to, like, fit it into the spear again? I'm not sure. Perhaps when I go into a trance, maybe Kavan might visit me?
Yeah, all druid mumbo jumbo for me. Oh well, maybe.
Never
Sounds like
doubt the powers of trances.
Sounds like they were passing to you something. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll learn more on the way.
And Imelda puts it in her backpack.
If anyone looks at Corvus, they would notice he actually seems a little happier after this whole interaction, because he's been looking for evidence of, the spirits of the land being active, having some resistance against the darkness, and this is the first he's seen of it. Well, until fairly recently.
So should we continue somewhere else, or continue down here, or?
Yeah, Mordenkainen, sir. There's another path down that way. What's over there?
A blockaded entrance. Best leave the way we came.
Very well. What do you say, Mordenkainen? Should you like to see what passes for sunlight in the first time of many years, potentially?
My eyes have not seen sunlight in some time. I think that would be very good for me. He looks upward, as if welcoming the idea.
Very well. Shall we?
As
Oh.
Imelda puts the crystal inside of her pack, those of you with a passive perception above 12 see the stone just behind where it rested suddenly change and begin to move on its own. And what you see is a massive shape begin to appear as a giant golem begins to stride out of the wall, coming apart from it all of a sudden.
Well, seems the Cavani left a guardian.
Turok's gonna go all out. Watch out, everybody! It seems like they left something behind, too. The Earth's not gonna let it go that easily.
Oof.
Run for it! Oh, too late. Combat started.
Do we roll initiative?
Yep.
How do we roll initiative here again?
You go in Discord, you type exclamation mark init space join.
Oh, okay. Oh crap.
Yeah, don't do it in the D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, shit.
Yep. Bad rolls.
At least it rolled bad too.
Yep.
Alright, I believe that should be everybody. And seeing this massive thing spring out just behind Mordenkainen, I think that you are at the top of the order, Tarok.
All right. So I'm gonna move in real quick and stab him with my rapier. Does a 26 hit?
Yes, it does. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna do my damage on this one plus my sneak attack. So that's going to be a 16, and I'm going to use my dagger to do a second attack. Does an 18 hit?
18 is also going to hit.
All right, awesome. That's 7 damage, but it is non-magical in this one. Once that is done, I am gonna calculate how I'm going there. So I get 10 extra because I attacked. So it's gonna get me right by that post, and I'm gonna go up. Like I'm gonna go get him, boys, and then I'm gonna end my turn right there.
Alright, that should be
Oh, it started. Yep.
Alcor up next.
Alright, Alcor will sit back here and cast fire. That is 7 fire damage on a 17 to hit.
Yeah, those are all
And
gonna
that
hit.
will be the end of my turn.
And Father Albright will shoot with his hand crossbows, total of 16 damage. And that should be Artabine up next.
Artamine is going to draw his blade and light it aflame. And rush in up to the stone golem. And hit him with a booming blade. Roll to hit real quick. Fuck. Is Morning Cannon there? Can I? Do I have flanking?
Morden Canyon is definitely exactly where he's at, so in this case, I think you guys are both in front of him. I don't think you would have flanking.
Fair. Alright, well, that's a big ol' friggin' whiff with an 11.
Someone had to miss.
And, yeah, someone has to. Alright, that's the end of the turn.
Everybody was whomping on him. It's good stuff going on there, and that should be Wraith up next.
Alright. How big is a tile?
5 feet.
5 feet. Alright, so I'll use Misty Step to get into a better position. Here to about here. And then I'll toss.
Chucking a jab. Kragnar would be proud.
Miss Kragnar, man. Missing Kragnar too much lately. Alright, let's see here.
15?
Yep, that's what I'm looking at right now. That is going to miss.
Ooh. Can I attack twice?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll throw another javelin. This will better.
Oof.
Oof. Just jabs.
Doug's gonna go like, I know I put some pressure on you guys telling you to get him, but come on.
He's slippery.
Yeah.
For a giant stone monster.
Look at it.
Covered
He
in
blends
cave
in with the
moisture.
background.
I know.
It's all
Not
the
doing very
moss.
good at chipping away at it.
Yeah. Question: we haven't had a chance to do a short rest, right?
We did a long rest before we came here. We haven't been into any fights since.
Okay, that changed. Okay, I did not do a long rest. But anyways,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go into a wild shape, and I'm gonna do a starry form of the archer again. And I'm going to, as my action, do guiding bolts with my star map, which is my necklace that I have around my neck. And I'm gonna see if I can hit it. Okay, no, that's not. I think I I think I had to actually hit it, but it didn't give me the option. Hold on. Let's try this and see if it hits. Oh, come on, a natural 1.
Ugh,
That makes me so
Oh.
sad.
the curse of the guiding bolt.
Oh, that's magic. I
Well,
swear.
okay, people need to stop saying that we're gonna hit.
Might want to consider running away.
And can I back away as far as I can from this thing?
absolutely.
Okay, I'll do that. And that is my turn.
All right. So Corvus is going to say, shout out with some urgency. We need to get away from this thing before it collapses these tunnels and traps us in here. We get buried in this place. And he's going to move as far as he can away from the thing. And I will apply my hunter's mark and fire with the longbow. We'll fire a magic arrow, and I don't know how to apply the extra modifier for that, but we'll just add +1. Alrighty. I believe that's a hit.
That is indeed a hit.
That'll be 15 magic piercing. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Round 1, you guys are just dotting this thing up.
Except me, I'm dotting the wall. You never know. Maybe the wall's gonna come out. Another one. I don't...
You never know. You never know what could happen. What's going to happen just immediately is Artemine and Mordenkainen standing in front of this massive beast-like stone creature are in an unfortunate position right there as the beast takes both of his fists and tries to slam them down on the heads of Artemine and Mordenkainen.
Please roll low.
This is for Artemine, for Mordenkainen.
I'm gonna silvery barbs.
Good luck with that one.
And the damage roll for Artemine and Mordenkainen.
I think he tried to do silvery barbs.
Yep. I'm just rolling the damage up before he does
Just
that.
in case.
Yeah.
Because he might still smack me.
Good luck on
Plus
that.
10.
Reroll.
He's got big fists.
He does with big fists.
Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll just a d20, and that's a 16.
All right, yeah.
So-
Even higher.
So I need to use the 12. And
All right, so I take 19 points of damage.
yeah, I think 19 was yours and 16 to Mordenkainen.
Oh yeah.
And that's bludgeoning damage, if you're looking for the damage type. And that would be,
Good
I
thing-
believe, the end of his turn.
Good thing I'm a hardy ass wizard.
Straight beef wizard now. Max
Dude,
HP.
I am a beef wizard. Like 18 fucking constitution. I might as well. I'm rolling like fighter every fucking round or every level.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but wizards always overestimate their HP pools, though.
The power of both of them might be attributed to the fact that they're both still standing after just getting smashed on top of their heads by a massive stone
that.
golem. So
I saw that damage roll.
props.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I'll help the party with my next action with that, with the HP thing.
And that should be Tarak back up at the top of the order.
Yep, I'm moving closer. I'm gonna strike with my rapier. 22. Probably gonna hit.
Got him.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be a 9 points of damage. Since I moved though, I'm gonna be using my cunning action to hey, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep some movement though. That's my turn.
And that should be a Mr. Alcor up.
Alcor will stay in position and continue to fire firebolt. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my gosh.
I am actually. Hang on. I have a meta magic thing. I am gonna use meta magic, a seeking spell, and spend two of my sorcery points to re-roll the d20.
Good luck, sir.
That'll be 22.
It worked in your favor.
That will
That
definitely
is a
hit.
ballsy use of a second level slot, but
With
Worth
17 fire damage.
Yeah, it was worth
I mean,
17
that's a
damage.
Solid.
Yeah, I would say it's solid
fucking
use.
Fire.
Very nice from
Ooh.
Alcor. So Alcor lights up the room with his flame.
And that will be the end of my.
Elcor's like, boy, you think I care about them slots?
Mhm.
I just want to deal damage.
Father Albright fires another one of his hand crossbows, and it is Artemine's turn.
All right, Artemine, kind of with his open hand, kind of like shakes his head a little bit, wipes his forehead, looks at the blood on his gloves, and sneers really hard as he goes for another booming blade. This time with advantage because I fucking silvery barbs. All right. Come on. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
21 to hit.
Yep.
All right, so here's the piercing damage. Hell yeah, fucking ghetto crits. We like ghetto crits. All right, here is the fire damage.
Ghetto crits.
And then
That's awesome.
then here is the thunder damage. Only one. All right, so that's a total of 22 damage. Then he's gonna take, little 10-foot step, staying within range the whole time as to not provoke an attack of opportunity, to try to maneuver in for some flanking. And he's going to take his second attack.
Oh, he's got some flanking now.
Yep, gotta have the flanking now. All right, 23 to hit.
Yep, that is definitely gonna hit.
Obviously gonna fucking do it.
Give him that damage. Ah.
Another 7 piercing, and then the fire. Another 4, so an 11 damage on the second hit for a grand total of 33.
See a black scorch
And with his
mark
bonus action,
with a blade struck.
oh yeah. And then with his bonus action, he's gonna start doing flips and shit. As the dolphins are splashing, getting everybody all wet.
That should be Wraith up next.
We
I
can
think
smash
I'll-
them.
I think I'll use my dash to charge at him. And attack him.
Should have an advantage on these as well.
Alright, I'll use
I was sure I get to click the damn advantage button myself.
Advanta.
There you go.
That is a hit.
Good hit.
Very close to a crit.
So close.
Good damage.
Alright. And then I should get +5 to that with the charger bonus.
And then roll another d8 for hitting with the sword.
Yep, your radiant damage.
Gives you 1 free smite die. How many times can it do that? Yeah, every time.
Extra,
Nope,
yeah, extra 1d8, and it's got 3 charges.
Extra 1d8.
So you can do it basically on 3 attacks.
Yeah, you can opt not to use it or save it later or something like that.
I'll use it on the last.
That's not what I'm reading, but whatever.
Yeah, the sword has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Oh, that's a separate ability.
I think
Yeah,
that's
it just always has 1d8.
That's his crystal sword.
Oh, that's a separate ability that lets you heal. Ooh,
The
that's
fucking dope sword, man.
that's nasty.
Twice. 2.
So obviously you wouldn't use that unless you were damaged. Yeah, smite him. We'll see in those extra die.
Alright, I think that's it. Turn 2. That's all I can.
Nice.
I don't know if the second attack hit though. 13.
Nah.
Didn't.
You
I think
did
I'm gonna
not.
try to do another guiding bolt for my turn.
You got this.
You'll hit
No, I
him
don't.
for sure this time.
Oh
That's
my
my
god.
Why would you do me?
Why would you do this?
Oh wait, can I use my inspiration for this?
I don't see why not.
Okay, I better hit this thing or else I'm gonna lose it. Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
The best inspiration use ever. It must have been a natural 20. Roll that
Oh
crit
crap!
damage.
I didn't hit the right damage, but I got 7 by mistake.
14.
Yikes.
And then I think I can because I'm in archer form, I think it allows me to hit again with another luminous radiant ball of energy.
Yep.
So that's a 21. And then that will deal. Let me just get to the right button.
It's 1d8 plus your whiz modifier.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Okay, 12 additional radiant damage.
Solid.
That is my turn.
14 plus 12, not bad. Very good.
And radiant
Made
damage.
Yeah, that made up for some bad rolls.
Yeah, it should be Corvus up next. And just so you know, Ralphie, what Skylar was saying about your sword is absolutely correct. You've always got that extra 1d8 radiant damage. It's just that skill below the middle paragraph that has charges on it, and that's an extra d8 plus, I think, actually whatever your attack damage was. Yeah,
Yeah, it lets you heal for whatever your smite die was on that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keep that in your back pocket for whenever you get beaten up. Remember that one.
All right.
Corvus is going to move up to here, and he's going to use his bonus action to summon his totem, and it's going to appear on this square right here. And let's see, everyone within 6 tiles will gain 12 temp hit points.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, sir.
And you will also gain advantage on strength checks of any kind.
Melda, that would be you as well.
Beautiful.
And I will take my attack. Oh, it was supposed to be a crit, man. It landed on the crit and then just kind of...
You got juked, bro.
Can I opt not to consume the advantage there? Or probably not. Alright, that'll be 15 again. Wow, same number.
And your cool raven bow.
We love a raven bow. It's our favorite thing.
It's pretty.
Also, quickly, because it was hit by my my radiant damage on the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Yeah, I wasted it
Does
there.
that mean anyone? Oh, okay, sorry. Continue.
I would have used it if I needed it, but I probably should have used it just to crit fish.
Yeah, you gotta roll for them crits, dog.
Yeah, you're right.
Nevertheless, big meaty swing.
Damn.
This time, choosing a new target, or new targets, at least in one respect. He smashes his fist on Wraith and Mordenkainen, the 21 and 26 for Wraith, and 26 for Mordenkainen respectively. And I'm just going to roll damage pending any other actions by the players. 17 to Wraith and 20 damage to Mordenkainen. Bludgeoning damage.
Just ate up all of that temporary HP, but thank
Yeah,
God
well,
for it.
It still gets you an extra attack, though.
And that should be Tarak.
How is Mordenkainen looking?
Slightly more confused than normal.
He's taken 2 pretty hard bumps to the head.
Alright, so that was about... just gonna get my movement real quick to make sure. So that's about 4 tiles. Alright, so I'm gonna hit with my rapier once again. Trying to poke at him. No, that's not gonna be good. And as I back away, I'm gonna give a to Artemine. I'm gonna say, you look like you're taking those hits well. Time to about give some back more and give you bardic inspiration. So you can have a 1d6 to use whenever you want for
Sweet.
any rolls you want. Pretty much, or almost.
Sweet. Thank you, sir.
And that is my turn.
Alright, Alcor will shimmy to the side a bit and continue to fire. That'll be 3 fire damage.
It's like me playing Gale. Hits, but 2
That'll be the end
damage.
of my
It's a lackluster damage roll, unfortunately. Still a beautiful light flashes in the cave from his firebolt. And
Yeah. Guiding bolt's curse is to miss. Firebolt's curse is to do really low damage.
Father Albright, ever the archer, nails the target again. 12 piercing damage, and it is Artemine's turn.
It's just steady fucking hitting people with those those arrows, man. All right, well, it worked for me before, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Just swinging for the fences at this point because he's a little dazed and does not want to get hit like that again. All right, swinging for the booming blade. 21 to hit. Six magical piercing, 7 fire, 13, and then another 6 for thunder damage, so 19, and then another weapon swing, final swing of the attack action.
Ooh, that's
18 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Close. Sweet. All right.
Yeah, had it not had that advantage.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's 10 magical piercing and 8 more fire, so 18, and what was it before? 19.
You see a crack begin to ripple where your blow struck. And the stone around that ripple begins to crumble as the golem falls dead to the ground in so many pieces.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that was that was not good, man. That dude was hitting really hard. That plus 10 was fucking scary.
Yeah, golems have a buttload of strength.
You see Mordenkainen rubbing at 2 just gigantic eggs that are forming on top of his bald skull. Maybe we should get out of here in case he has any brothers or sisters laying around.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a good idea right now.
Artemine just starts running. Get the fuck out of this cave.
Mordenkainen follows suit, joins him in the sprint.
So does Imelda.
We are running out of here.
Like, literally post haste.
Melda just
Who the hell knows that there's
blows
more of them?
blows past Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen says to her as she runs past, "You are rather fast."
Tell me about it.
As you flee out of the cave, running past crystals and zombies. Aaron zombies, fortunately.
Thank God.
You notice not much has changed in what was, well, we'll call it Mordenkainen's quarters. And the ladder is still unfolded there, allowing you to escape at your leisure.
Artemine kind of does the like go motion, swinging his rapier in the direction. I'm not trying to hit anyone, of course. Standing prepared and ready to launch fireball at anything that decides it wants to pop out.
Mordenkainen behind Imelda will say something along the lines of, ladies first, and allowing her to go up in front of him.
Hey, inside check him?
Mm-hmm.
A dirty 20.
You can see that he's worried about something. He's got some kind of nervous look on his face, like, you know, he's embarrassed about doing something in front of the rest of the group.
No, why don't you go first? You look like you're more beat up than me.
Right then. As he grabs onto the rope, he begins to climb up it. And you could see that he clutches on to like the first rung of the ladder, and sweat begins to bead on his brow and face.
Oh God, he's afraid of heights.
Come on, Wachterhaus, it's alright!
You'd be afraid of heights too if you fell off a goddamn mountain.
I know, but you can do this, alright? We're here to catch you if you fall. Nothing bad will happen.
You can see he's already half hyperventilating, breathing in and out extremely fast.
Can I? No, I'm not gonna try and do that.
It's a
That's
sad
see why
day
you
when the
expect
great
you so long.
Mordenkainen can't even cast a feather fall.
It's not... It's the principle of the thing. I'll be fine. He begins to climb the ladder.
I will cast guidance on him.
Maybe resistance
One
would be a
foot
better
in
call.
front of the other.
Alright, everybody who climbs the ladder is going to roll a dexterity saving throw. As you roll, or as you get up the ladder, I'll let you know what your detriment is to your roll. Because you're all going to have a detriment to your roll. Because as I hear it, everybody's going up this thing basically at the same time. Army style, go, 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 go.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the greatest idea. You did say it was a rope ladder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Corvus is not going to add his weight to that.
Tark is just like looking at everybody rushing up and like, what's the hurry here?
think you're leaving, ample enough time to where it's not like your butts are in each other's faces as you're climbing this thing, but you've got a fair bit of distance between you. Even still, it's an older looking ladder made of really just rope.
Imelda, this is not your
I
night.
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the ground and wait for the people to ascend the ladder before I get on.
Yeah. Standing at the ready for fireballs or feather falls.
Do I die? Roll the natural one.
I think I need one more one from Wraith and one from Artemine. And one from Corvus.
Right.
Not 20, nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. But I don't have to hit things.
I too rolled a natural 20.
Having followed right behind Mordenkainen and Imelda, you're kind of like second in this conglomerate of people going up the ladder. And let's get the rest of the order straight before I continue. So Imelda, and who was behind Imelda? Well, we can go in order of who rolled, if that's cool with you guys.
I don't mind.
Alcor,
that sounds
Tarak, Wraith, Corvus, Artemine, bringing up the rear, which sounds about right because Artemine was at the bottom going, go, 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 go. So he's the last man up. I love it. Epic. And you guys rolled high there at the bottom as well. Corvus struggling a little bit. We're going to go in order. So, Melda, you're taking a -1 to your roll, which gives you basically the 7. And a -2 for Alcor, which gives you a 14. You're able to hang on, Alcor. You see Imelda just completely slip and fall off the rope ladder in front of you, or above you, I guess I should say. She's about 3 or 4 feet up the ladder from you. So as she begins to fall, she's falling straight down towards you. You don't have much time to decide what you're gonna do, but go ahead and decide what you're gonna do. In real life, you've got time.
I want to say, could I try to use my strength to kind of hold myself and try to catch her, or would that be more of a dexterity kind of thing?
No, dude, this is heroic strength right now, indeed. So if you want to make, let's see here. Why don't you just make a strength check? We'll make like an athletics check here.
16.
Alright, you grasp onto Imelda's shoulder, the clothing on her shoulder, as she begins to fall down. That's all you really are able to hold on to. You've got a good firm grip on it, enough to hold on for, at least, we'll say, a turn here.
I would like to ask assistance from the ones below it.
And this whole time, Emel's like, oh god, oh no, alright, and she's gonna try and grab onto it.
Tarak rushed underneath. He's gonna help out. He's gonna climb up the rope using his bird feet and just like try to help her, push her up to grab to help her grab the rope and keep climbing.
Go ahead and also make an athletics check there.
Ah, crap. Let's hope it goes well. It's a +0. Roll well. 14.
Shove upward, and you're just basically pushing her feet upward, trying to hold, some of the weight so that Alcor is not bearing the full brunt of her dead weight from just this small, tiny little grip he's got on her thin strap of clothing on her shoulder. And Imelda, for the moment, you're suspended, being held by these two brave companions of yours, and are able to grip onto the rope ladder that you see in front of you and kind of regain your strength. But go ahead and also make an athletics check as you do that.
Wait, where's my athletics? Okay, 20.
There you go. There you go.
Ah, oh my god. Alright, don't look down, Rachel. Don't look down.
You feel a firm rope ladder underneath your feet and onto your hands, and you're happy to be rejoined with the rope ladder. And both of you, Tarak and Alcor, feel that weight kind of lifted off of your hands as, she's able to hold herself up on the rope ladder.
And when I said Rachel, I meant Imelda.
Full immersion.
Somewhere in the multiverse, Imelda is Rachel.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even notice. It just
Okay, that's good.
it blended. You're all right. Well, in that case, we keep going down the list here. So we got Corvus, who you, my friend, have a 10, and Tarak, you're solid with a 22. So you're fine as you descend down the ladder there. And Wraith, you've got yourself a 16. I'm sorry, a 17. Corvus, you got a 10. Artemine, a 19, and Alcor, those are new rolls. Never mind. So Corvus, you also have a little bit of a slippage as you go down the ladder, or up the ladder, I should say. You make it literally all the way to the top, and it's just Artemine behind you, unfortunately. So as you begin to slip and fall, go ahead and roll an athletics check here to see if you can hang on, regain your grip. Walking up rope ladders sucks.
Oh no.
You stumble backwards, unfortunately, and one of your legs gets caught in the rung of the ladder. So this is basically all that's holding you up. From underneath you, brave Artemine, you see this ranger-like dude just swooping his head down, smacking into you, and you can see that he's like suspended. His knee, the only thing that's keeping him holding on to this rope at the moment. One of his legs through the rung.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Can I use a mage hand to help pull him up a little bit?
Oh, yes.
At least stabilize him? So, in that case, yeah, Artemine kind of like, maybe we would kind of see Corvus suddenly swing down towards him, and he kind of like ducks a little out of the way, and as opposed to using his not so great strength to attempt to help, he uses his strong brain and causes a spectral mage hand to appear kind of about waist-ish level to Corvus, extended, reaching for him. Grab.
You said we're near the
hand.
top, right? You said we're near the
Yeah.
top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Corvus will
You-
cast his Thorn Whip and lash out and try to wrap it up top, so it's got a handhold to lift with.
That works too. Got two hands, bruh. Double advantage.
As you cast the spectral mage hand and it begins to grip on to Corvus, you see the spectral mage hand like arduously trying to lift Corvus, but it just can't lift him up any further. And like it's helping him stay afloat for the time being, not fall off the ladder. But you could see that the mage hand is struggling, and at any moment Corvus could slip even further.
Well, hopefully the Thorn Whip finishes the rest of the job, because that's about all I got, man. I got a -1 to my fucking
Yeah,
strength.
that's all I got too.
Could I try to? Could Terox send his mage hand too to try to help him out as well?
2 mage hands and a Thorn Whip.
I guess I can give myself
Assuredly
guidance
solve
for
the
my
problem.
next saving throw, but that's about it.
You can,
Oh wait, no, it's not the
but
saving throw.
I would advise you to just read the last line of mage hand before you do it.
Yeah, I know they can only lift 10 pounds. So
Yeah, no, I knew that. I'm like maybe 20 pounds.
I was just trying to stabilize him so he wasn't
I
I
swinging.
mean, technically, he's a weightless elf, right?
Which question? Could like Imelda throw down a rope, and then we could like pull him up?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do not. I do not see why not.
I asked Kragnar to help me because he's strong too.
Kragnar, lift.
And I guess we try and see if he grabs onto the rope.
Corvus grabs onto the rope.
Go ahead and
Do we
roll.
roll
Go ahead and roll athletics there, Corvus, to see if you can catch this rope as it flies down. You're hanging upside down. You have a fireman's rescue coming for you. Corvus grips onto the rope.
I get a 16 with my guidance, but I'm also got the
All right.
Thorn Whip in my other hand, so I kind of got 2 ropes. Hope that's enough.
You're now upside down with the thorn whip and this rope. You've got, leverage with the thorn whip to pull yourself up, and they're also pulling on the rope. You can feel it ascending upwards.
Then I will just climb the rope once I'm upright.
You're just completely abandoning the rope ladder at this point. Fuck that thing. He climbs the rope.
Something like that. I'll kick my feet out onto it if I have to. That's it.
I won't make you roll to climb the rope. I'll let your nice 16 athletics do that all in one foul swoop. As they're also aiding you by pulling up with all of their strength on both sides between Imelda and Kragnar. They're able to get you back up. And the rest of you make it up without issue. Artemine, I don't know if you can call that without issue, but you make it up without any personal issue.
Man,
Yeah.
that rope is treacherous.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad going down.
Well, I guess we should be on our way to somewhere. Are we headed to Valaki?
Yeah,
That
top
seems like
of
The den of the
the top of
devil
the
himself.
hill. Once we're all up there, I think Artemine might pose the question to the group. And what of this tree?
Okay, we're not touching the tree. I don't think it's evil. It was here before, Strahd came, right? So, like, it can't be completely bad.
It spawned that hell beast Winter Splinter from its very maw.
I don't know if that really was the tree's fault. I mean, the druids were sort of doing this weird thing to it.
Yeah, and also Winter Splinter is a decoration on our lawn now. What's your
Who's
point?
to say that there will not be another one? We did not kill all of the druids.
Corvus, are you able to speak with plants?
Yes, I am.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What if we ask it questions?
Suppose you could. Corvus will turn to the tree and hold up the staff. And he holds the staff up to the tree and taps it, activating the staff's ability. Even though I don't need the staff's ability to do that. Whatever. But I feel the staff has a connection with the trees, you know what I mean? And Winter Splinter and all that, so.
It's on par with us touching items
use
to
the
other
staff
cool
to commune
things
with
to
tree,
make
yeah.
cool things happen, so that works.
Well, it's even weirder if I just do it with my passive ability, because I just stand there chatting with a tree or a shrub or whatever.
Well, you gotta imbue it. That's what it
Awkward.
says. Speak with plants says you imbue it.
That's true.
Gotta
Oh,
imbue-
it does animation. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. So, like, everybody can talk to it when you do that. That's cool. Okay.
Mhm.
You get a little plant buddy for a while. That's neat. All right. Okay, I guess we have some druid questions to ask the great tree. I suppose we should ask what we should call it, too.
Yeah. What's its name? You, like, hear her, like, yell into your shoulder.
It can understand anybody now.
We can?
Yeah.
Golthias is the response you get from the tree.
Ah. Well, okay, I can see why Artemine wants to get rid of it then.
Wait, why?
Well, it's, part of a corrupted, sort of nature thing that, could potentially threaten the region in the future, yes, but, like another whole grove of druids would have to be dedicated to the cause.
Wait, hold on. Goliath? Sorry, Goliath? What is your, alignment? Like, are you good? Are you bad? Are you just neutral?
Wait, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to the tree.
Oh, sorry. I got Oh, just ask it. I see what you're doing. Okay.
I am the land.
Alright. How did you get this way? How old are you?
Hundreds of years old.
Older than Strahd?
Strahd is a child.
He's not a friend of Strahd. He thinks of him like a child.
You mistake my
Will
words. He is a child of these lands. But a child to me, in terms of age, and how you would see such.
Well, were you always this way? Like, without any, like, leaves or stuff?
Not at all.
What happened?
I was corrupted and poisoned by the druids of this land. They fell
Is that
prey to Strahd and his ways. They do his bidding now, and worship him as their god.
Wait, is there a way to unpoison you or like uncorrupt you?
Such times have passed.
Wait, let me try. And she wants to cast is it lesser restoration?
You are kind
It's like
in your
solves like the
manner and
poison
way,
danger.
but as I said before, such times have passed.
What do we do with you?
It is my fate to live out my life in this form.
I mean, it can't be that, like foreboding. Like there must be a way, like druids. Did this mess? Perhaps druids could get you out of it.
Corvus kind of looks over at Imelda and says, yes, the only way that you could possibly solve this problem is to form a new grove of druids who are dedicated to protecting and purifying this land. And he looks at you again and says, it could start with us.
Suppose, but how do we uncorrupt the tree?
We might need a few more initiates to start at that.
Well, perhaps
Flame typically cleanses corruption.
the what?
Flames.
Oh, I think you cut out.
It is
So-
not. Is it not the natural cycle for forests to burn down to be born anew?
What does the tree say to that?
I bow to fate given to me by the Lady of Life. I do not ponder on other such quizzical matters.
Corvus says, if you
recognize that?
destroy the tree, destroying the tree will essentially sever the land's connection from the magic of the spirit world forever.
Wait. Have I heard of the Lady of Light? Was it
Life.
Life? Have I heard of that before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of like the original gods, like amongst the Morning Lord, the Lady of Life would be an equal.
Guys, there must be a way that we can. Like, what if like I enlist like maybe some of the druids from like my tribe?
Agreed. That sounds reasonable. And to be honest, I don't think this Golthias tree is any imminent threat anytime soon. We might be able to find a way to turn this to a better end, not just for us, but for nature and the land itself.
Remember that the
Especially
tree
for nature
itself
itself.
really wasn't ever, a physical threat at any point, besides the fact that it birthed the massive tree blight that attacked everything, Winter Splinter.
Yeah, come to think of it, we could also bring that back here and also attempt some rituals with that as well.
Yeah. Does the tree would it happen to know what those crystals are? Those little ones?
Ah, good question.
Question for me: the crystals beneath Yesterhill?
Yes.
Got it.
Mordenkainen won't know, the tree might. Good one. Beat me to that one. Smart.
Druidic magic. They were trying to mask something they found down there.
What did they find down there?
Raw power in the form of crystals. What the wizards who came to this place long ago found. How they grew their grapes in the valleys with such barren climates. blessed by the Keeper. The wizards found those crystals and used their magic to grow great fruits and vegetables to feed their families in times of famine.
Do you happen to know how to discern these crystals from the other innate ones? Inert ones? Sorry.
These are not the dealings of plants.
Worth a shot.
Wait, so if you were created by the Lady of Life, do you have a relationship with her? Like, do you see her around much? Or in the past?
I am a mere worshipper of the Lady, not a child of her. I was given life by one of her 3 daughters, Imelda.
What?
I believe the tree has spoken your name.
Oh, I thought that he was saying that one of the 3 daughters was Imelda, and I was really confused.
That is
I
what
think that
I
is what
said.
he said.
Wait, what? One of the daughters was named Imelda? Oh my gosh. I'm famous.
Yep. Further confirmation of our theory. It seems like you are destined to be the one who ushers this land into an era of healing, hopefully. As long as we can keep the Dark One from burning this place. And Corvus kind of looks at Artemine viciously.
Do you wouldn't happen to know like what direction this druidic circle goes to? Kraignar, you should ask if it knows anything about that blood curse that you're wanting a cure for. Maybe it's heard of it?
Kragnar, not like Dr. Plants.
Well, then I ask it.
Mainly, I just don't want to do that when he's not here.
Oh, yeah, he's not here. Okay, no.
Anyway, I believe if nature is to have any chance of recovering in this place, this area must be kept intact for now.
I am not wholly convinced. However, I will defer to your judgment.
Well, I'm only a little worried is if we take rash action here, we might end up counting nature among our enemies instead of our allies.
Valid concern. Very well. Anyone else have any questions for the great tree?
How did it feel to birth another tree?
Painful, but satisfying to have it done with.
Like
Yeah,
birthing a literal child.
Glothalase, could I give you a hug?
If you've got the balls to do it, I'll hug the tree too.
Gives you the exact same
tree hug. We'll tree hug it.
Gives the exact same answer that he gave to Corvus when he asked if he knew, how to find the crystals. He says, "Such is not the dealings of plants," but he doesn't react in any way when you hug him.
I mean, I was just asking for consent, but I mean, if it's all right, and then she.
Well, we're druids and we've hugged the tree. It's done.
Yeah, his response is neither a yes or a no, so he gives you consent in that form.
He does not care about our hugs. Alright, we hugged it though. That happened.
I mean, if it views Strahd as a child, just imagine what it views you guys as.
Yeah.
You are the ants crawling on its bark.
I don't mind. All right, we're all part of the cycle.
Hey, I haven't hugged a good tree in a long time. I needed
Well,
that.
you still haven't hugged a good tree.
Nah, you got me there. Just gonna need some work.
Tree said some interesting
Very
things
well.
there about the Lady of Life, the Keeper. Interesting names.
Yes.
These are all gods. The Lady of Life, the
I'm very
Morning
true.
Lord, the Keeper.
Need to start making
Yeah,
a
it looks like we're
days
gonna have to
list.
bring some goodness into the world ourselves before the spiritual goodness kind of comes back to the world. It always starts with the gods themselves, of course. Where the hell have they gone? Nobody knows. You'd think most of them wouldn't even know about this place.
I mean,
That
perhaps,
Shar would keep it a secret at all costs.
maybe. I mean, perhaps we'll learn more as time goes on what happened. And how it happened.
Yes, I have a feeling we'll have to hear it from the horse's mouth, though.
Oh god.
Well, with whatever luck we have, they might just turn out to be like evil beings disguised as gods who gain control over the pious population. But who knows?
Yeah,
Happy
well,
thoughts.
somebody made a power move.
Ponderings and pontifications to be made along the long road.
Yeah, I guess we should
Indeed.
get going.
Yeah, I say, why assume incompetence when you can assume malice? Always the better way.
Didn't somebody get a strange token to summon a carriage for us? That's very convenient.
We did, didn't we?
Did we?
Indeed.
Oh, we
Tarek's
did.
looking around like, what are you talking about? We
Yeah,
got
so
nothing
this
like
was the
that.
person who explained to us what's going on with the Wachterhaus and kind of recruited us for the job to go and check it out ourselves.
Ah,
But also, the guy is a member of the Wachters, though. Just to
But a dissenter of the walkers.
Yeah. but a dissenter.
I do have the coin, but it was meant to send messages. We could always try. I don't know. You guys don't feel like walking?
No, not really. And if you don't get the carriage here, I'm gonna have to summon horses. And you're not gonna like the horses I summon very much.
Why not?
Because they're strong and powerful and fast and dangerous.
Oh,
I
don't
mean,
tempt
Give
us
us
with
as an
any
absolute
time.
win.
sounds like pretty great horses to me.
Yeah, they are.
You're not helping your case here.
Just summon the damn carriage.
Derek's gonna do an exaggerated bow. Yes, my master, my lord. I will obey your every command. And we'll actually do Will right underneath the behind the coin, rubbing it, and then scratching with his little claw. Need right to Ravenloft. Sending that to Valdorian.
I'm not eager to see what y'all's athletics rolls on trying to stay on a Valinar steed look like.
Crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute crap. -1.
Yes,
don't
the carriage is
athletics.
much more comfortable.
I will use literally anything else before I use athletics.
It's not long before you see that familiar carriage come pulling up in the distance.
I mean, shouldn't we like walk a little bit so that we get to the carriage quicker?
Yeah, we are kind of dumb
This
with it.
dude is
He's
dude is
fast.
magical as hell. Yeah, he just showed up. Almost as though he was either waiting for us or he dimensionally traveled.
Both cases are good. Either way, we get it right quickly. All wins in my book.
Do not question the mysterious workings of the magic man.
Indeed. Magic men often have mysterious ways.
Exactly.
Greetings, he says as he rolls up with his carriage. Something said you were going to need me. I stayed nearby.
That makes more sense. We're looking for a ride to Ravenloft. And then after that, we have a little basement exploring to do. Wink, wink.
Ah, Ravenloft. Well, I suppose we can go there.
I prefer to do that in the other order, but whatever.
He says nervously.
Were we doing... Wait, out of character. Were we doing Ravenloft first, or
Well, I
Wachter?
think that we had to cross Valaki, right?
Yeah, and out of character, I'd like to get one more level before we go into frickin' Ravenloft.
Alright, this is my mistake then. I misunderstood that. Everybody good with going Wachter?
Sure.
Yeah, so back to Valaki.
And we can just say that we took our time going to dinner.
That's-
in
uh,
Strahd, so.
Alright, sounds good. So, back in character. Oh, my mistake. I meant we were going to Valaki first to do some map hunting. Yes, very...
Also,
You don't have to tell him what we're doing.
He gave us the quest.
Still.
He might want to know that we are actually taking it seriously.
Ah, off to Wachterhaus it is then. He says this with a much more appreciative and accepting tone than having responded to traveling to Ravenloft.
Well, since he knows what we're up to, I suppose we could ask some questions on the way.
Indeed.
What's this person's name
And
again?
I say that entirely in character because I was hoping you guys were going to Ravenloft. But with that being said, let's take a 5-minute break here. His name is...
Valurian.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Made sure to write in the description of that coin.
Perfectly pompous name.
I don't
Really?
know whether or not to be excited or afraid that we were, or that Yan hoped we were going to go to Ravenloft first.
I was just excited to go to Ravenloft, that's all.
Well, we might just need to wait for Aaron too. That might be cool to have him around, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he did say that he was hoping we weren't going to do Strahd tonight, so.
Yeah,
I would also like
one of the only things that's keeping me from swooshing you guys to Ravenloft right now.
Which is totally viable, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Whatever Strahd
Yeah.
wants, Strahd gets.
Also,
Yeah, if he's rescinding on his offer of patience, then, you know, it is what it is.
He was explicit about the fact that he'd be patient and wait for you guys to come to dinner, and that there was no time limit. Kind of a strange, open-ended dinner request. Hopefully the food is not cold. Or maybe they're serving deli meats or something like that. But just you guys give me 10 as I audible here to get ready for Wachterhaus, and you guys can go do your break for the session.
well, I
Do it.
actually need to go because I have work
Oh, gotcha.
in the morning. But it was fun playing with you guys. I should be able to play for the whole next session. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
excited.
Hell yeah.
Later,
Alright.
Rachel.
Well, good luck.
Good night.
Good having you.
Night.
See you next week.
See you.
Alright, gotta get a drink. Coming back up.
Go deal with this power vacuum. I have a feeling.
I don't even know about this power vacuum. I'm just hearing stuff and going along with it.
So, all right. So, little backstory is that when we first showed up to Valaki, there was a baron who was the leader of it. He was a shit baron. He was really bad at his job, and no one really liked him, but everyone tolerated him under the threat of violence and expulsion from the city, which is assuredly a death sentence to the common folk. And the Wachter family is the only other major powerhouse in the city. And we were also extended an invitation to dinner with the Wachterhaus, where they subtly asked us, more or less, to eliminate the Baron and clear the way for them. We didn't want to eliminate the Baron to clear the way for them. We just wanted to eliminate the Baron because he fucking sucked. But nevertheless, doing so left, the barony of Vallaki open. And since we have been away, the Wachterhaus has had more or less free reign to do whatever they want to, unchecked. So kind of needs to get nipped in the bud before something worse crops up, because they're a whole bunch of fucking cultists.
Yeah, we've been working hard to make Vallaki a safer place, and if we, screw off to Ravenloft for the next several days or whatever, yeah, who knows what
Who knows
Vallaki will look like
what
when we get back.
will happen. Yeah, exactly. We have no idea. We already left it in a state of disarray because just before we left, a whole bunch of the population was infected with vampirism, and there was a bloody festival.
Man, so that really left with like very few candidates to take its place.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of candidates, honestly, truly at all. We're kind of leaning towards using our own renown and acts of heroism as enough reputation to maybe put Irina and Ismark, the siblings that we've befriended, into kind of like a duo barony.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. I can agree with.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to happen, because if we don't have a hand in who takes over, someone much worse could come along.
And then just have the same thing repeat.
Exactly. And Vallaki is in a strategic position in Barovia, located a little bit closer towards the center. So if we could have that be like a stronghold for the actual living, it would really behoove us. But
yeah, we have no idea how big his vampire army is, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have no idea exactly what we contend with in Strahd and his, all of his thralls. So just the more allies, the better, honestly. Even if we don't end up, going to the final battle with an entire army fucking storming the castle, we at least need the support of an army off the table, like. Because, I mean, yeah, we're heroes, but even heroes can get whittled away by enough fucking attack rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get a lot better at vampire hunting, needless to say.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Yeah.
Was hoping to grab some extra gear with the crystals and get a better sword and maybe a wand to increase my firepower, because I doubt I'm gonna be speccing a whole lot into evocation with my sorcerer.
Probably a good choice.
I mostly have like crowd control stuff, so.
Yeah, I'll be helping with that.
Well, honestly,
I'm pretty much full
that's
caster
fine.
too.
That's fine if you focus more on control, because we don't have anyone that focuses on control. Like, I've got a few spells. I think Corvus has a few spells.
Yeah, druids are pretty good at it, but most of them are higher level spells.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really good lower level control spells on the sorcerer and wizard list that I haven't taken yet because I'm more so building to be a nuclear bomb.
Well, so is the sorcerer.
So if we're either gonna have to have one person be full control, or we got to get really creative with who takes what, so that we don't have a whole lot of overlap that doesn't need to happen.
Mhm.
Well, as a caster, I'm already trying to do a lot of shit at once.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that
Yeah.
so hard. It's only
But I
gonna get
want to I
worse
want to
as
lean
I
into
get
the
more levels.
summons. I want to lean into the summon support thing though. That's why I
They are
picked
very
the
handy.
shepherd path.
They are those wolves definitely have come in absolute handy on multiple occasions so far. I would
Someday there's got to
I
be
would say
something
for
better to
sure.
summon though, right?
I mean, eventually, I'm sure there will be.
Those stat blocks need a rebalancing or something because the other options are just not good.
Well, have you looked into the Tasha's summoning spells? Those were all rebalanced and pretty powerful.
I don't see those on my
Any of the
spell
summon
list.
spells, go look at the source of any of the summon spells you see on your list and see if they say Tasha's. If they're Tasha's, then it's the New Age summons, and they've got more up-to-date spell books or stat blocks to keep up with the power creep.
Huh. I'd have to figure out what spells those are. No, I only have the standard ones. Conjure woodland beings, conjure blights, summon
If you
animals.
go into your manage character and levels, in like
Yeah.
the first page where you choose whether or not you're using encumbrance, or if gold weighs money, or what your leveling is, milestone or experience, in that same page there will be an option to toggle for optional class features and optional class spells. If
Yeah, that's
any
in
of
the
those
optional
spells
feature
are
manager.
optional,
Yeah.
if any of those are optional spells, then they won't appear unless you have that toggled. So
There are no summon spells on this list.
what the
Oh, I
fuck?
see it.
That's so
It's
weird.
summon beast. I see what they are. It's summon beast, summon fey, and summon elemental.
Yes, those are the three main ones. They also came up with a couple of others that are on other classes spell books or spell lists, but those are the druid ones.
Those ones do not let you select stat blocks.
No, you just choose the form.
Yeah, it just has a preset stat block.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, all the stat blocks are up to date. You may not choose which one, you'll just choose the form, and you'll get actions based on which form you choose. But all of their numbers, all their AC, their saves, all of that stuff is more up to date and more relevant to how much damage everything does nowadays in 5e.
It seems like they feel this should have been nerfed, yeah, and they didn't bother nerfing the stat blocks on conjure animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I even
So they did
myself,
a half-assed job at nerfing the summoning, basically.
Well, I mean, kind
That's
of
why
did
I'm
need a
having
little
to
bit
use
of a
wolves
nerf.
every time, because they nerfed the other ones and didn't nerf the wolves for some reason.
Weak.
Or maybe they
The wolves
did.
are fucking sweet. Corvus being like a shadowy lupine druid seems pretty sweet.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to level 20. There's all sorts of other crazy spells that all the full casters get. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so ready, man. I'm so ready. Gan better Gan better be prepared to just hand me the map.
Yeah, right.
Because I will be taking Arcane Eye, and I will be using it often.
Yeah. Using some scrying and shit is a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, and literally one of the ideals that I chose for Artemine is that he tries not to wade into too much combat without studying his targets first. So divination is where it's
you
at
don't
for
even
that.
need to use a 4th level spell. You just scout with your damn familiar and you have the same results.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. However, it's only up to 100 feet that I can actually view through the familiar. Anything beyond that, and I would have to take what the familiar sees after it comes back to me. Whereas the arcane eye is like anywhere on the fucking plane, and it's completely invisible,
You sure it's
and like
anywhere on
no
the
one can.
plane? What?
It might
I thought it was like
it might
500
not be.
feet.
No, it might
Well,
not be anywhere on the plane, but I know it's an extremely ridiculous distance. Here, let me look it up. Arcane Eye, 5e.
I'm probably just thinking about its usage in Baldur's Gate too much, because every map is only so big.
You can move.
It's dumb.
There's no limit, but you can move it 30 feet around. So
Yeah,
it takes
yeah.
me a while.
It can't move super fast,
But
but
and
it
also,
can go anywhere on the fucking plane,
but it lasts for an hour.
which is fine. You just
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah, that sounds like
a little
that would be
ways.
best for scouting out secured areas for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do it just outside of the dungeon or the castle or whatever, wherever you're at, as like a safe distance away, free from prying eyes, and the caster of the arcane eye just chills in the middle of the party and spies on everything while the party members, watch over their body. And when you come back, you've like seen it all or seen whatever you can in that hour's time frame, and it can squeeze through cracks in walls, it can go through keyholes, like it can just get anywhere, man. It's freaking crazy. I love the arcane eye. Like I said, more or less, once I start casting that, Gan just has to hand me the map. Because I'm like, I'm gonna map this shit before we go.
Basically, you can move the eye 18,000 feet during the duration if you don't get concentration broken.
Yeah, which is, several miles. It's almost 3.5 miles. And it doesn't need to return to me is the thing. It can wink out wherever it is, and I still will have been able to see up until the point that it winks out. So we could be 2.5 miles away, and I could still get there, have enough time to look around a little bit. If it's
It's because we're still too small to him.
Yeah, we're just like I said, we're a couple of fire ants that are chewing on his toe right now.
Yeah.
You took down more than Kynan. You're not even a fire ant. You're like a gnat, basically.
Well, I mean, gnats are honestly harder to kill than fire ants are.
Yeah, well, they're not really interested in biting you either.
It's actually kind of funny. I saw a thing, a little bit of fucking entomology knowledge. Ants don't actually bite you. They do bite you, but that's not what hurts. They
Yeah.
latch onto you with their pincers and then stab you with their butt.
Yeah, they got different stingers and venoms. I don't think all ants have stingers, but the ones that do are the ones that bite. Yeah.
Mm.
The other ants that don't have stingers won't try to bite you. Like, black ants, carpenter ants, those, the ones you usually see. Depending on where you live. I mean, you in
Oh, dude, there's
Florida.
fire ants everywhere
yeah.
down here. Everywhere, dude. I remember stepping in a fucking fire ant hill when I was a little kid, wearing fucking those strappy Velcro sandals that we all had that like lit up. And dude, oh my god,
No,
it
there
like
ain't
my
no
foot,
stinging ants where I live. They won't even
dude,
try to
my
bite
foot
you.
swelled up. It was so fucked. I had so many bites, man. I was
Oh,
picking
that's
fire
why.
ants out of every crevice of my fucking toes. Like,
Well, you took a lot of bites. To be fair, one
oh,
time I was
so many.
riding my bike and I fell into a bush with 3 bees nests in it, so that wasn't great either.
Oh fuck yeah, that's awesome. We like that. That's our favorite thing.
Yeah, I went inside. I ran inside. They're still all stuck under my shirt and shit. Shaking them off. They're all dying.
No bees, not bees. Poor little bastards, just trying to fucking,
Yeah, I'm
just
not
trying
sure
to
if their
make
nest
delicious vomit.
survived my crash into their zone. Hopefully it did.
Yeah, hopefully. All they were trying to do was make delicious puke, man.
They weren't honeybees.
Oh.
Yellow jackets or something like that.
Dick bees.
Yeah, they were bigger. Yep.
Big old dick bees.
Yeah, the ones with the bright yellow and the dark black.
Yeah, those are yellow jackets.
Well, I'd say the good thing about living it up north is that for about 5 months out of the year, I don't have a chance of seeing any time of seeing those dick bees.
Yeah, you get like next to no bugs up there for
Oh
most
no,
of the
no.
year, I'm sure.
Yeah, like for mid-fall to mid-spring, we got nothing. But in between,
Well, aside from all the
holy
stuff that
shit!
lives in arboreal forests.
You probably get a whole shit pile of fucking black flies, don't you?
Oh yeah, they
Oh
all
yeah,
come out at the same
them
time.
those motherfucking northern flies that come out during mud season and just absolutely
Oh
chew on
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Chew on everything. They don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, those things are desperate for blood. They would risk drowning come after. I was in a lake one time, and they were. I was drowning them because they kept coming at me in the lake, and they'd still do it.
I mean, we are
They did
talking
not care if they were
creatures.
getting
We're
drowned as
talking
long as they got a
creatures that
bite.
have brains. These creatures' brains are like have like a couple of hundred molecules.
Yeah, well, it made you have to hide underwater when you're swimming, basically, at the lake. So that sucked.
Shitty. Oh boy, going back to Valaki. Here's to hoping it hasn't already descended into chaos. I'm kind of curious how mind blown Davian and Irwin are going to be when they see that we are walking around with Mordenkainen in our party.
They probably have no idea who he is.
Maybe, I don't know. Davian might.
Maybe.
I would think most of this plane doesn't. Otherwise, his name would be mentioned in that legend. Of course,
True.
Strahd was able to rewrite history however he wanted. Of course.
Yeah, so he may not have even included his name, but I'm sure those who were directly involved or interacted with him might have spread whispers of the Archmage. And if not, I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. He is a planar mage after all.
Planeswalker.
Yeah, extreme planeswalking. That's like Mordenkainen's deal. he's written several planar tomes and created a whole bunch of like extra dimensional spaces
Yeah.
as spells.
It's funny. My character in the other campaign is an unintentional planeswalker.
Oh, you're talking about your
Oops.
abjuration tiefling?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to get started on that campaign for sure.
Of course, Kragnar did the same thing with his character. She's from Faerun as well, but playing an Eberron.
Hmm.
Of course, she mentions it way more often than I do.
That kind of makes me curious as to whether or not clearly it doesn't seem like Gan does, but kind of curious as to whether or not he views Eberron as an enclosed unit or part of the multiverse.
The latter.
By typical, the latter part of the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, why
Good to
not,
know.
right? Why
official-
limit yourself conceptually?
Well, I mean, the original lore on Eberron is that everything in D&D is self-contained inside of Eberron. So, like, anything you would possibly want to do, you could find there, and not necessarily need to travel planar bounds. But like,
Oh, was it not one of the big three? Yeah, it was Realm Space, Kryn, and wasn't Eberron the third? It wasn't the third?
Yeah, it's the third. It's
Yeah,
there's
see, then that's not true at all. Otherwise, it wouldn't be connected to Spelljammer.
Yeah, and there's the fourth one. Is it not official but kind of included? It's Exandria, the Critical Role universe.
you talk about Critical Role's universe.
Yep.
It is. It is officially part of D&D.
I'm talking about the canon D&D universe.
It is considered canon because there are books now. They officially are part of canon. They are canon in the D&D. They're optional canon, but they are canon.
Yeah, I saw in Spelljammer they had like in-game ways for you to travel between the dimensions if you wanted. Like, I mean, you can't really link them any more than that, can you? Like, yeah, okay, you can't use a single spell and transport yourself to another prime material plane, but like, that's pretty much the only limitation. You're not asking much. Plus, having a Spelljammer is just so cool.
Yeah, I've been interested. In trying out a Spelljammer campaign.
Yeah, going into wild space.
Stick in the
I was actually
Eberron one.
You said stick to the Eberron one because some Spelljammer shit might happen.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll have a backup character as
That
an
sounds
astral
accurate
elf.
to me. Yeah, Strahd's this realm is definitely more enclosed when it comes to stuff like that.
I'll make a motherfucking astral elf warlock.
I don't even know what an astral elf is.
It's the Spelljammer specific elf race. Base elves.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have to be a Gith or something, man.
They're basically the travelers of the astral planes themselves.
All right, well then I'm gonna, dude, just be a Gith.
That's gotta be the most knowledgeable of the elves. It's the star traveling elves.
Yeah,
This is the
absolutely.
proof that nobody wants to play Gith. It was the least played race in
they're
Baldur's Gate 2.
Fucking ugly.
They're ugly and they're complicated.
Well, I think the Gith Yankee are uglier than the Gith.
That's the same thing, no?
No.
Yeah, they're literally they're cousins.
There's a Gitzerai and there's the Gith. Yankee.
That's what I meant. The Githzerai. That's
Oh,
what I was
okay.
talking about.
They're the same race. They just have different beliefs. They split
Yeah,
at one
of them,
point.
One of them follows
They
Black
look
and one
different
of them
too,
doesn't.
though. And they have different abilities and shit.
They have different abilities, but they're from the same species, technically.
Yeah, it's just that happened
Yeah,
like
the Gith
in
species.
10,000 years ago, so they have more separate evolution than like humans do.
Honestly, I feel like all that separation did was just mold their culture.
Well, yeah, one lives in limbo and the other lives in the astral plane, whatever.
Well, one's more
Yeah.
chaotic. They decided to hide from the Illithids differently. but they both hate them and have a different version of it. One's all chaos and magic. One's more
They're like,
warrior
we
society.
beat the Illithid Empire, but let's not do a power sharing agreement of any sort. Let's just go our separate ways and fuck off and leave everyone to their own designs. Like, what?
Have you ever read any history of any civilizations ever?
Seriously, bro. Like,
That's
man, all the
common.
gods would be descending out of nowhere to take this. Like, get out of here.
That's like the basic way society works.
Yeah, here's 3 different greater gods to fight over the remaining power vacuum. Like, great.
I have a concept for a character I want to play one time is an astral elf that falls through because his fleet of vessels, a spelljammer vessel, gets attacked by an eldritch creature. He falls in the astral sea and goes through kind of a crack into the plane of order and comes out a clockwork soul sorcerer.
What, Mechanist? He went to Mechanist?
Yeah, he went through it,
and then they got rid of that plane. Those fuckers.
And then it came out the other side into the material plane as a clockwork soul sorcerer.
Was he like a half Modron or some shit like that?
Nope. It's just like plain astral health that got infused by the energy of that plane and came out the other side.
I like it. You should have made him a fucking like cyborg or something, bro.
I haven't played him yet.
Yeah, okay. Consider adding some like fucking technological shit from the plane of order.
I don't play like that. I play it.
All right. It doesn't have to be fucking overpowered though. It could be just a flavor thing. You know what I mean?
Even then, like it's fine. Like he just got like super OCD, OCD. Like everything needs to be straight and in order at all times.
Yeah. Infection from the plane of order. Yeah, I get that. How long did he spend there?
He doesn't know.
Ah, fuck. Well, that explains that.
And there's no time on the astral plane. Literally, time is suspended in the astral plane.
Yeah, that's the problem with getting trapped on most of the outer planes is you'll like absorb their traits and get changed by them.
Yeah. Like the
Gith Yankee. This is one of those planes, by the way.
Yep. And the Gith Yankee actually have to get out of the astral sea to actually raise their kids because they don't age in the astral plane.
Oh, yeah. I didn't learn that until I played Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
They fucking get pregnant on the astral plane, spend out all the pregnancy time on the material plane, birth the child there, raise it to maturity, and then whisk it back away off to the astral plane.
It's one hell of a lifestyle.
Yeah, they try to act like they're super badass. They're like, "Oh, we're the masters of the astral plane." Like, dude, how many of those silver swords do you actually have? Because that is the only thing that's the ultimate weapon in the astral plane.
Oh, we have 2 Terox. Awesome. I can play like his 2 positions.
As far as I'm aware, you can't even hurt another astral body in the astral plane without one of those swords.
I think you can. I don't
know.
I don't know if there's actually a limit on that. That'd be interesting.
But like,
yeah, that would suck for a Spelljammer campaign if literally everyone has to have a silver weapon in order to fucking deal any
like
sort
of
melee
damage. If you don't sever the cord, you can't kill their astral body.
Well, being an astral body and being on the astral plane are 2 different things, though.
Yeah, I think if you're actually there, your body is there with you. And you can be smote to dust in the infinite blackness.
Well, shit, the other way seems a lot safer now that you think about it.
Because you can be on the material plane, but phased out into the astral
you're right.
plane.
You're physically being in the astral plane with a physical body seems like a bad idea. Yeah, the Gith don't have to do that.
Well, they do. That's what they do. They are all physically there. The astral elves are there. The Gith Yankee are there. Illithids are there.
Can't dematerialize or anything like that? Okay.
But they're there.
Dude, imagine having to live in that plane in a physical body. Like, that would suck.
Oh, you never get old.
You guys could probably talk about this all night, so I'm gonna stop. Yep. I'm gonna stop you there so we can continue.
Okay.
Please do.
You guys roll up to the town of Valaki and are dropped off by your lovely carriage.
That is an awesome looking carriage. That is the actual carriage we were in?
Oh, where is it? I need to see it. Nice.
That guy
Good.
has
It's like our house on wheels. I love it.
Let's murder him and take it from him.
Oh wow, that is a solid ass card.
It's even
Looks
got
comfy.
doors.
I like it.
Where's the hot tub?
Where's the
On
hot
top?
tub time machine?
Yeah.
Next year, perhaps. Well, call me if you need me. He immediately begins turning the wagon away from Velaki.
Doesn't want to be linked to the crime we're about to commit. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a hurry.
Doesn't want to be. He also doesn't. He spends as much of his time as he can away from Velaki anyway, because he doesn't actually want like anything to do with the walkers. Not the way they operate.
You just got like Tarok just waving at him and saying under his breath so the people around him can hear like, yeah, that's it. Just walk away while we do all the dirty work for you, and you can claim maintenance cents when you take over that call. Sure, walk away.
Yeah, you can have the cult. You just can't have the town.
Well,
Ooh, I have control of Imelda. That means I can use her in battle. Nice.
all right. So, do we want to go directly to the walkers, or did you want to do?
Well,
something?
how do you want to do this? Do you want to? You were so. I heard somebody mention something about being badass. I suppose we could do that. We could go over there and with our shit-kicking boots on and kick the doors down and act like badasses. But do we have to do that?
We
I'd say
could
we probably
also.
stop at the tavern real quick, check in on Irina and or on Bismarck, and while we're doing that, I can send Onyx to scout and see what the general vibe at the Wachterhaus currently is.
While y'all do that, I could also get some new equipment
All
as
right,
well.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was just saying I was gonna get some equipment on the way while y'all do all.
More preparations.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
all right,
I
I'm going to see some of our old friends. Should be good.
Give them an update on what's going on.
Should probably
we haven't
see if
seen
they're
Irina
cool
and Ismark.
with taking over stuff here in Velaki. They might not be too cool with us dumping that on them, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's something
Definitely.
definitely something to talk about before we do this, because we're gonna have to make moves quickly after we topple the House of Wachter.
We'll start with
Nobody
Alcor.
knows.
We'll start with
go
Alcor
ahead.
in the market whenever you guys are done deciding on what everybody's headed to do.
I was just gonna ask, because I just wanted a, +2 longsword and a wand of like lightning bolt or fireball. That's all I was gonna get. I was gonna use the crystals I grabbed earlier as payment, if I was allowed.
Absolutely. Go shopping for a +2 longsword or a wand of lightning bolt in the marketplace there.
Let me know if they take those crystals, because that would be great. We haven't gotten any wine money yet, so that would be a real good stopgap until then.
We're we're very laden in gems.
Yeah, not so gold flush at the moment. But once they start selling that wine, we should be a little better.
And you did basically fill up the entire vineyard with that spell, so
Yeah,
shouldn't be too long.
I covered the. It should be up and running as quickly as possible. But they still got to sell wine to get gold to pay us.
That's true. That's true. So, hell yeah, Alcor with the motherfucking +2 longsword and a wand. A wand of badass spell. Just make sure you don't pull an Aaron and electrocute half the party with it.
Yeah.
marketplace area, Alcor, there's like a smith-looking guy, kind of standing around a bunch of weapons in a stall, occasionally working on things from here to there, moving things around. Looks like he's just busy.
I will come up and ask if he would like to look at these gems to see if they would go for anything. And then I would ask, of course, if I could have a +2 longsword and a wand of lightning bolts in exchange for the gems.
He looks the gems over, kind of surveying them, and he doesn't look to be an expert by any means, but you could see his eyes kind of growing with the gleam of the crystals in front of him. He looks down and looks at you and says, +2 longsword, not gonna be a problem. Wand of, what did you say? That might be an issue.
A wand of lightning. Would you know if there would be any in town? If not, I am also good with a wand of fireball.
Something like that require a specific type of metal for its creation. Something conductive. Copper, gold, silver. Any of these would suffice.
I do have 100 gold if you want to use that for material.
It would be a good start on the handle.
Alright. I will come back and see if I can find something else as a material. Then I'll rejoin the party and look or keep an eye out for anything that could be used as a material.
He looks at the small pile of 100 gold and says, I'd say about 50 times this, and you'll have enough. Whopping 5,000 gold pieces needed.
Also, bear in mind, too, this town did not really have a whole lot going on for it magically for the longest time under the rule of the Baron.
Yeah, you should be thankful you even get the +2 longsword from him, frankly.
Hey man, that's good to know now.
We could probably figure out some other things to do to make items like that.
Well, we do have to raid a
Yeah,
now,
the
so.
Vistani are a little more clever and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll rejoin the party, and I guess I will keep an eye out for anything that could be useful in material while we're doing everything that we need to.
Yeah, from that perspective, you're thinking, denomination-wise, 5,000 gold pieces is going to be enough. And it's just sheer raw weight value size. To that same end, 5,000 silver pieces, 5,000 copper pieces would also be enough.
Ooh.
It would just be a lesser quality item.
Oh, that makes sense. He just give you a wand with fewer charges. I like that.
Well, I suppose in the time frame that he was doing the marketplace stuff, we'd be what? Getting a hold of Ismark and Irina in the tavern, y'all?
Yep. Should probably head over there. Who else is coming to the taverns?
Oh, I'm coming. I just need to plug my mini.
I think Father Albright would probably lead the pack over there as he is in firm need of alcoholic beverage.
A religious man partaking of the devil's liquid?
And a lifelong alcoholic, he says, smiling as he sits down at the bar.
A man after my own heart. But first things first. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Important things first. Looking at Irina.
As you guys walk in the bar, you can see Irina and Ismark are kind of off in a corner of the bar. And Irina's head is buried deeply in a letter.
Uh-oh.
Well, we move
Sure.
on over to.
Garrick's gonna move
Does the
on over.
parchment look familiar?
Garrick's just gonna say, if you keep frowning like that, you're gonna get wrinkles, lady.
She takes a while to respond, but she looks up concerned, staring at Tarok, and she just hands him the letter.
Curious takes it and starts to read.
You see a familiar script there written on the paper. The same handwriting that Strahd had written to you in.
Oh, damn.
The letter is an invitation, inviting Irina and Ismark to dinner. Same as you.
Well, I guess we're all going to be companions then.
Yes, we have also received this same invitation. I suppose we'll be going together.
I hate to think of you two there, especially seemingly like what kind of visiting you had before.
She will not be going, says Ismark. Ismark, you are not in control of me. I will go if I need to. Besides, our friends here have also been invited, it seems. We will have company.
I guess trying to stop you is a futile exercise. But we should all stick together and try to keep the dinner on the table and not become one ourselves.
Irina, I told Papa I would protect you. I told him this on his deathbed. And you go into the belly of the beast? This is madness. All of you are fools to go to him like this.
Oh, Ismark, think about it this way. It's either we come to his table to have a dinner, or he comes to see us when we're not ready for it.
He can do so
And
now
also,
if he wishes anyway. I choose to meet him on my terms, and not play into his hand. This is most obviously a trap.
It seems this may be the only way to do that. Better than waking up in his dungeon shackled to the wall.
also, do you really think you can stop your sister from doing anything? Might as well just join her at that point.
Ismark mumbles something in Barovian.
They're actually just gonna wink at Irina and say, keep that fire alive, my lady. We might need it when we get there.
And where have you been?
Oh, well. Where should we start?
We've been attempting to solve problems in this region, and we've had varying levels of success.
You guys blast through the previous events that you've been through since having seen Irina last.
Yep, and I'm especially mentioning the pregnant tree giving birth. That's the important part.
At the end of it, her jaw's just at the floor.
But be sure to include the part where the child of the pregnant tree is now standing guard over the vineyard. That's worth telling, right? Nah, whatever. Corvus tells that part.
Oh, all of it's good.
She mentions that perhaps some things of the vagaries, of what you've learned, could be answered at this dinner that they're invited to. He is, after all, the lord of the land, as they call him. Shouldn't he not have some answers for us?
Well, we did have a brief conversation on our way to Yester Hill, and it seems he does wish for us to know more than we do now, at the very least. The reasons why he might want that, I cannot say.
You seemed angry and sad. Sometimes
Indeed.
that can be a bad combination. But
No, I don't
sometimes
see many melancholy vampires.
Well, might just get him to open up things he might not otherwise say if we speak our words well. Also, let's just not make him angrier than he needs to be.
Yeah, and please don't write any songs about melancholy vampires. You will hasten our death greatly.
Oh, that's already too late, my friend. I've got 3 of those.
No. If I catch you singing it, I'm going to snap your beak.
So let's make a deal, buddy. I don't sing any songs about sad vampires, and you don't call him a cultist, and we're going to be good.
Oh, I'm afraid I might have to break that promise this time.
Oh, damn. We're all doomed. Sorry to say. You're looking at it right now in Ismark.
Ismark is debating tonight against Lady Wachter. There is a gathering in the town hall for who will retain leadership over tenancy of Voloki for the time being until one can be properly elected. The nominated parties are my brother and Lady Wachter.
Rest assured that you will have our support. Our return to Voloki actually involves the good Lady Wachter and the secrets that she holds in her basement. If all is to go according to our plan, you may not have any competition at all.
Now. We're talking about some things we might want to talk in a public space. Also,
Well, if those cultists are up to what we think they are, then
it might be easier to find some secrets that could help out. Just help our friend Ismark here. Just get the upper hand.
well, cultists tend to write their secrets down better than druids do.
I did not intend to come across as though I mean to slay the Lady Wachter. Simply remove her from the competition.
Just got like Hera go like, don't say the word. Come on, man. Yes, murder her with laughter. Ha ha ha.
Armin just deadpan looks at you. No, that is not what I mean.
All right.
Smart,
Well,
not wise.
yeah. Well, now that we know what our next steps are, I guess we're gonna have to do some just a nice walk around town and figure out if we can find a way to help our friend Ismark to provide proper leadership to this bereft town. In the
Yes,
meantime,
well, it's highly likely that the Wachters are more than prepared to take control of the town by force if need be.
if Lady Wachter was to not present herself to her debate, that might bring up a lot of questions. So there are perhaps more subtle ways to do things.
Indeed. I suppose we can spend time thinning her forces out while she's deposed at the debate.
Seems like a more wise move forward.
Perhaps some eyes in the sky will be advantageous. Artemine says with a snap, and you see like a lump kind of moving around under the collar of his tunic, and he like pulls it aside. Onyx pops his head out, grasps him on his wrist, and kind of gives him a look, and then just tosses him. He goes flying out the door.
Corvus nods at Artemine and says, I like this idea. And he's going to use his wild shape to summon a mouse companion. Something very small that can sneak in on the ground. And he is going
Good
to
idea.
order it to sneak into the Wachter mansion and run and sneak around on the inside. And the mouse scurries out of the door of the tavern. I give it a good berry on the way out.
Well, give a mouse a good berry. It's gonna ask for a glass of milk.
Eric just looks at the crow, the raven being used as a pet, going like, I don't know if I should find that offensive or not.
Oh, bear no offense. He's not actually a raven. He is a spirit. No, I dare say that the common raven, unfortunately, is not intelligent enough to comprehend the needs of your everyday wizard.
Eric's just gonna use side eyes with his bird eye, going, "Ruck? You're sure about that?"
Our friend
Indeed.
here takes
You aren't-
difference to your comments, says Father Albright.
No offense taken. I'm sure he just means well. And he goes to drink with Father Albright.
Father Albright just cheers you and nods at your amiability.
I'll let the scouting happen with the familiars.
Yeah, as you guys begin to send your scouts out, between Onyx and Stuart Little of Corvus's,
Good name. I love it.
they kind of get different perspectives. Obviously, Onyx, takes the aerial perspective,
Yeah.
and you get back from Onyx that it looks like the Wachterhaus representatives are gathering and headed to the town square presumably to see after this debate that is supposed to take place between Lady Wachter and Ismar Kolyanovich. The mouse's perspective, however, is quite different. As the mouse, as Corvus said, sneaks into the house, I'm going to decide where he sneaks into the house, and I'm going to say advantageously he uses the information that you guys would have gained from Verulian about going to this side entrance where there's like a direct path to the basement or the cellar area. And as you guys get to the cellar entrance, I can basically give you the view of what the mouse sees. And the mouse would head down the steps and see a large, like, dirty floor. On the floor, there's kind of like scraps of paper, some books, a few scrolls strewn about. Looks like there's, recently been something rifled through, as well as an open chest. The mouse would crawl up in the chest and see that there's a few things actually in the chest. A silk bag, a leather bag, a wooden pipe, some kind of a leather case, and a large black leather-bound book.
Interesting.
Looking
So
around,
along the grounds,
it
they're
would
not
also
seeing
see
any.
that there is also like skeletons all over the floor. And it kind of notices this, as it gets right up on something that it thinks is a rock, and then it kind of realizes, oh no, it's a skull, and scurries away from it and sees that there's actually 6 or 7 skeletons, what look like human skeletons, on the floor. Their clothing well withered away, and they're like partially buried in the dirt there.
Well,
And that's
that's
about all
not a
it
good
sees.
sign.
Heard of skeletons in the closet. Now they're in the basement.
Can see that there is like another basically large area of the room. It's blocked off by these skeletons, so the mouse like doesn't really want to go over in that direction. It sort of just stays there, scared at the moment, worried to go around these skeletons.
You got frightened, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That is something notable. Corvus makes mention that some dangerous magic has definitely gone down in their sanctum recently, and didn't they mention something about a ritual? Or am I off base? Am I thinking of something else? Well, they did some ritual. They did something bad, very bad, and it's done with, and they might be ready to make their claim for power, whatever it was they did.
Likewise, Onyx spied that the delegation of the Wachterhaus seems to be prepared for the debate and about to leave themselves. It seems to be an opportunity for us to sneak in a little bit more subtly with fewer members. It might be wise for the rest of us to attend the debate in case the Wachter family chooses to strike.
Well,
Probably a good idea.
when is the debate supposed to happen?
Apparently very soon.
Derek's going to ask that question directly to Ismark. So when's your debate supposed to happen, friend?
Within the hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very close. All right, well, we might want to move fast then if we want to find that information then.
Seems you might be the best suited, Brother Tarek.
Oh, I guess so. There are people that can sneak in with me, I guess.
I could likely do the job as well, but I agree Tarok is most suited. It would be best for me to be at the debate in case things don't go well.
All right, I'll infiltrate the den of cultists alone, I guess.
Dead cultists.
Oh,
Den
those
of
we-
dead cultists.
I think it would be best if you didn't come, to be honest, says Ismark, not looking to hurt any of your feelings, but also not wanting outsiders to be his supporters. Even saviors of Valaki are still seen as outsiders in this town. Irina
could be
and
right.
we are of Barovia, not of Valaki, but at least of these lands.
I think he's right. Our presence could create the impetus for just another battle in the streets.
Well, we might just look
Very
like
well.
the town is being manipulated from outside forces. Never a good thing.
Yes, but we also don't know what preparations they've made in their scary little cultist lair.
If I am to win this town over, it must be on merit, says Ismark.
Yes, well, let's just make sure they didn't summon a demon to support them or something,
Right up the demon. Let's go.
Watch your backs.
So I
Yeah,
guess we're
Rena.
all going to Wachterhaus then. That's what we're agreeing on. Nobody
Yes.
can tell us
Ye-
otherwise. Even though there's only 3 or 4 of us here.
Well, we've got Wraith there, and Alcor as well.
For some reason, it
Yeah,
didn't
you-
summon everybody. I tried to summon everybody over to the new map, but it didn't summon everybody. I think I'm missing Corvus. And I think that's it. Just you there, Corvus.
Oh. It froze up on me. I might have closed out too early. I thought it bugged, but it probably didn't. I could have just waited.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, okay, it's not one of the ones in the map. I see.
The mouse kind of, after it comes back to you, leads you right back to this door. The side entrance that leads you down into the basement. Or the cellar.
All right. Oh. I was going to look at that door and try to figure out if there's any kind of alarms or traps or anything on it. Should I roll for something?
Corvus is also...
Yeah, roll
Sorry.
for just one minute there, Simon.
Nope. No problem. Take your time.
Corvus is going to cast Pass Without Trace on the party and concentrate on it while we're in there.
Sick.
And roll for investigation to see like traps, alarms, anything in the nearby area. And Corvus, you said you're casting Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, and I'll continue concentrating on it as long as we're in there, so we'll get the stealth bonus, just in case.
Maybe a 15 on the investigation.
As you kind of look around at the lock that's on the door, which is in fact locked, you see that there's some sort of mechanism that's attached to the handle that looks like it runs along the door and upwards to the top of the door, seemingly to some sort of bell, perhaps on the opposite side.
All right. I'm gonna try to disarm the alarm. What would that roll be?
You could do sleight of hand for this one.
Going to be
Oh,
Dex. What else would it be?
I'm gonna use my Kenku recall to give myself advantage on that.
Awesome.
I'll give you some guidance too. Or no, Melda will do it. Screw it.
Looks like I'm
I'm
using.
doing too much. Someone else can do it for once.
So a 19 plus. So it's how to roll a 1d4. So it's summation.
Yep.
Roll.
Exclamation space 1d4
You
or
hear
just d4.
you hear like a dum sound, what sounds like a bell, like that's been broken, ringing, but it doesn't make a very loud sound at all. As a matter of fact, it only makes a faint sound before it pitters out completely.
All right.
Same time, you also hear the door click clack and unlock as Tarak definitely unlocks the door and disables the trap at the same time.
Efficiency. Love it. All right. So we're going to try to stealthily open the door. Well, actually, no, before I do that, I'm going to try to listen if I hear anything on the other side. See if there's anybody doing something in that basement.
What is this, 4e?
As you press your ear to the door, you just hear silence.
All right, can open the door then. And we'll try to stealth our way down there.
Everybody's stealthing.
Yo. Sneaky beaky lag.
Alright, everybody who is stealthing can roll a stealth check.
Just add up 10 to your result.
Oh, what? That still gives you 21, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, but it is a crit fail, though. He
Pretty-
decides to do
I'll
crit
let
fail.
Jan decide what happens on that one.
Pretty sure everybody passes this one, because they're all able to slink down the steps without really anybody taking notice of you, because seemingly there's no one in the cellar.
Yeah,
That
already
helps.
told you all that.
As you look around, you see the skeletons that the mouse had reported scattered along the floor there. Their remains still clutching onto swords and spears that they may have used to fend off whatever killed them.
Corvus is going to make his way over to the chest with the contained items he saw the mouse go into. Wherever that was. I'm not sure where that
Sharon
was.
was here to speak to dead. This would be a perfect opportunity to speak with the dead. Damn you, Michael.
Well, that's a good thought. Oh, there it is. It is in sight. He's going to go in and pull out that one peculiar looking book and start to thumb through it.
It's titled the Grimoire of Four Quarters, and it's written in Infernal.
Oh boy. Zamiel says, "Oh fuck, sorry." Corvus says, "Yeah, about the demon thing." And he shows the book to Terra. I think Terra's close to me.
Yep, I speak Abyssal. I don't speak Infernal, sadly.
Yeah, but you can see it's a grimoire of demon summoning, so whatever. Devil summoning, whatever. Still confirms the theory. That's not good. Or not good evidence towards it, anyway.
You see on the bottom of the book, written by Diabolist Devostas.
Man, that guy likes to repeat his word as his name.
Sure does. Was there anything else valuable looking in the chest? I kind of forget what the other contents were.
There were bags in there.
Oh, yeah. He pulls out those strange bags and carefully opens them.
You pull out a silk bag containing 180 silver pieces. Each coin bears Strahd's certain visage in profile.
Of course, he mints his own silver. Wonder where their silver mines are.
Dondi, maybe.
Well, if we took control of those, we'd have something going for us.
You know, I forgot to ask. We've been able to take a short rest on the carriage ride here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I am still quite.
Noise. All right, we pocket the valuables and.
Well, is there more bags in this?
There's another leather bag in there as well.
Oh yeah. There was another leather bag.
That's just basically another coin purse. You find 110 gold pieces in it.
Awesome.
And there's also a wooden pipe. Looks like it's an old pipe, hand carved. 5 scrolls, a supple leather case, and that blasphemous looking book.
Is there anything in the leather case?
If you open the leather case, you see an unbound manuscript. And the front is titled, in common with The Devil We Know.
Yes, they're very good at choosing the titles for their for their infernal book.
You like the Grimoire of Four Quarters and The Devil We Know? The Devil We Know looks much less ominous and much more homemade. Looks like
more like a novel or something.
Yeah, it says written by Lady Fiona Wachter on the bottom of it as well.
More novella, less evil book.
I'm guessing it's making a case about the devil we know, Strahd, and therefore we should trust him.
Oh yes, if you even read 1 or 2 pages, you can see that it's attesting the worship of devils can bring happiness, success, freedom, wealth, longevity, blah 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 blah. It is a devil manifesto.
Oh.
In poetic form.
He likes to bring her writing style is interesting.
Devostas is much more kind of self-absorbed. At least the first part of it is kind of like a biopic about how he has, drawn and quartered for his fell practices, yet didn't die. Blah 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 blah. Lived on, and that was the beginning of his transition into what he became.
Taking note of the topic of these tomes, Artemine looks around and says, "Curious. Demonic rituals require a sort of appropriate space in which to conduct them. Looking around here, it doesn't seem as though it would have taken place here. Perhaps we should investigate this foundation of this building more closely.
And were the scrolls, the other scrolls, that didn't have anything interesting on them, or was there just picturation of the?
They do. Turok begins to unfurl a couple of these scrolls, further interested in the scrolls, as everybody else is kind of digging through everything else. You see that these are notarized deeds for parcels of land given to the Wachter family by Count Strahd von Zarevich himself nearly 4 centuries ago.
Magnificent.
Oh shit.
Is Valaki included in any of those land parcels?
Basically, all of the land that you see that the Wachterhaus sits on and the surrounding lands is what this reference is. And what this basically is, for those that haven't linked it up yet, I'll link it up for you. This is proof that Lady Fiona Wachter is indeed a worshipper of Strahd. At least that she has had dealings with him. He's the patriarch who gave her land. That much could definitely taint her reputation amongst the Valakians, and I'll just put that out there.
Nope, yep, that's you got like Turok doing like tippy toes at that point, like ooh.
Yeah. If these papers were to come out at the debate, they would surely be discredited.
The last of the scrolls, however, is not a deed. It is a map.
Ooh. The map.
Does it look halfway genuine?
Looks like a map of Barovia. Simple, basic, like any you may have seen before or thus far on your travels. However, etched into it are 4 asterisks, bolded in thick black ink. Points of interest, perhaps. It's not as Valurian had promised us and explained they would, show an exit. But perhaps that's what these are. Perhaps these are multiple exits.
All right. Nothing else in the chest?
Beyond that, there is nothing else.
All right, all good. All right, I think we've got lots of excitement here. Let's see if we can find some more. I'm gonna regret those just words I leap.
Looking around in this dirt, see if he can't find any footprints that might lead somewhere. Got his handy dandy magnifying glass out.
As you kind of trace around, you do start to notice like a pattern of footprints. And they start around here and they lead in this direction.
Trail. Look closely. Seems to die off at this wall. Curious. I suspect not everything is as it seems.
Well, it makes sense to
Kinda
disguise your ritual chamber.
feeling around on the wall for any sort of mechanism or anything. If you can't feel anything there, he's kind of tugs on the torch mount a little bit, see if it'll turn, pull out, rotate, anything like that.
The wall itself looks 100% solid, and you see no levers or anything obvious. The sconces on the wall are solid, stiff and firm. They don't move or twist. You're frustrated. And I'll save you the time of rolling investigation. Even a nat 20 would leave you with those results.
Probably has something to do with a password. Most likely an infernal.
I was going to look through that book written by Lady Wachter, see if there's anything you mention of how to get into a chamber like that.
Well, I suppose you could attempt to dispel their password spell, but I have a feeling that might not work well.
The walkthrough book, does there mention of any passwords in there for any reason whatsoever?
Roll an intelligence check. Let's see here.
You hate me, don't you?
No, not at all. I just want to see. I want to see if I can get myself out of this one.
I got a roll of 15, which isn't bad. Not
Don't know if
great.
it's good or bad.
Yeah, sometimes even just that 10 seconds is enough for me to get myself out of trouble, even as well, if you're wondering. But the thumbing through the book that you do to try and find some kind of answer for this leads you to not a way to get in, but back to the first page, something that kind of stood out to you, something you remember hearing Lady Fiona Wachter mentioning when you met her. We are the light. This is written in a language that you do understand, and in Common, and in Abyssal, and in a few other languages as well, you'll assume, repeated over a full page that dominates right after the preface of the book. The Devil We Know, a poetic manifesto written by Lady Fiona Wachter, and then We Are the Light, We Are the Light, We Are the Light, We Are the Light, in about 15 different languages.
Couldn't be that simple, could it?
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
I've heard worse. Hours of some doors that just say friend to them and they open.
Eric, I suspect that you might be able to take advantage of that natural mimicry of yours. We have heard her say those words, have we not?
I could give it a shot. And I'll try to do my best imitation of Lady Wachter's voice and say, "We are the light."
And nothing happens.
I'll say it in Abyssal.
The beautiful guttural tones that come out of Turok's mouth are a perfect impersonation of someone who's spent their life growing up in one of the Nine Hells. However, the wall doesn't budge.
Maybe try cast light on it. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Says Father Albright from the back, pushing past a few of you, and he smells like absolute whiskey. You're pretty sure that he at least had half of a bottle when he was at the bar there. She's not of the light any more than you are. Well, you are. He points at Artemine, and he points at Aaron. Well, you. Points at Corvus. She's of the dark. We are the dark. And he pounds on the stone wall in front of him. And for a second, all of you are kind of thinking Father Albright is a rambling fool. And I think for a second Father Albright's thinking this as the wall caves in around his fist and begins to separate.
Father Albright, I gotta buy you that second half of that bottle.
Utter disbelief and shock on Artemine's face.
Well, I see why they got so mad at me.
You were right on the money, it would seem.
That is their
Shall we
facade.
see what yonder holds?
I bet you there's 100 of these floating around Valaki by now. He grabs the poetic manifesto out of whoever's hand it was in and throws it on the ground before opening the door that lies in front of him.
Yeah, I'll still pick up the manuscript just because it just adds nicely to the deeds.
Artemine cautiously begins stepping into the room.
Alcor will follow her.
Also gonna sneak in. Sneaky, sneaky.
Right.
Flickering candles and iron holders fill this room with light and shadows. The room has about a 10-foot high ceiling, and you see a large black pentagram inscribed on the stone floor. At each point of the pentagram rests a wooden chair. Seated in 4 of the 5 chairs are small black hats. And in the 5th, a simple black robe.
Artemine steps up closer to the pentagram and begins inspecting the chairs and the garments that lay upon them. Are there any, like, dust or remnants other than just chair and hat/robe?
So you kind of look over the clothing. I'm assuming that you take a good look at the actual clothing itself as you would, if you were shopping in a store, purchasing the clothing. Safe to assume?
Yeah.
I don't want to presume what you are doing specifically. You see something interesting inscribed on the outside of both the robe and the hats alike. And it is what looks to be circular object, pale. You make out what looks to be a full moon. The more and more you look over each of these patches, you can see that they're the same.
Clearly this must have been some sort of council watching over macabre ritual. This dais may have even imprisoned a summoned demon or any other manner of creature. All beheld by a throne upon which the Lady Wachter almost certainly sat.
Yes, this is a meeting place of some kind, says Father Albright.
Well, we couldn't have any more evidence even if we tried, I suppose.
A beautiful red robe sits upon the throne, and it also has one of these moon patches inscribed into it, or woven into it, I should say.
I wanna cut a piece of these garments off, specifically that patch, and keep it.
Yeah, you can see that under the crescent moon there's like a little valley, what looks like a valley, and the moonlight shines upon that valley. That's basically what the insignia is. And you cut the whole patch out with that whole image on it.
Wait,
You find
roll
that
it up, pocket it.
The cloth is, of delicate and light material, easy to cut.
Fine linens indeed. Fit for nobility. Only the nobility wasn't so tainted.
This place looks to be, for the moment, like I said, void of its followers or its members that may have donned this clothing, hats, robes.
Yes,
Not
well,
gonna
it
lie,
seems we
I'm
may
really
be
tempted
forced
to
into.
fireball the ceiling.
It seems we may be forced into another public confrontation.
Well, we can just slip the information to our friend, and he can do the deed for us.
And wouldn't it be just so sweet if, in their shame as they're being run away, seeking seclusion and safety in their manor, they find that their manor is ablaze?
Well,
I'm good with any chaotic option.
I wouldn't want any of the maids and the butlers to get hurt in the process.
Well, if it starts from the basement, they should have plenty of time now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I suppose you could go find their other alarms and activate those too.
Either way, this is a den of cultists, one led by the very Strahd himself.
Well, we're more
You all
worried about,
know how I
burning the
feel
whole
about
town
his
down.
thralls.
So, is this
I suppose
estate
it's a
on like
fair
its
point.
own property or in the town or whatever, or is it like in the
It's
populated part?
it's private land, so it's not
Okay.
part of the town's land. They own it. They've got the deeds to it. Well, you've got the deeds to it. They're just currently signed to Lady Wachter, obviously, from a legal perspective.
I mean, we don't have to burn it. We could just, take it.
Ismark is going to need a place to stay while he rules it down.
I suppose that is a fair point. They have been living in the tavern. Can't be too comfortable anymore.
Although it would be interesting if we could lure the Wachters and their forces back here into this house and then see about burning it down.
Very creative. I like these ideas.
Oh, we might just want to help out our friend Ismark first, and then we'll see about any arson we feel like doing afterwards.
Of course.
Fair enough. Should we go crash the debate?
Well, I'd say just subtly slip in the note to the deeds to Irina, who can give them to Ismark, and then we don't look like we're intervening into the debate.
I just want to test my new longsword.
It's the right answer. It's always the right answer. Well, yeah, it sounds like you guys have a few options ahead of you. What to do. Should you give the deed to Ismark? Should you guys be the one to rue the day and spoil Lady Wachter's future plans at politics and Vallaki? We'll have to find out next time.
No. In the next episode of
Uncle
Strahd.
Strahd's Paradise.
Yeah, I was looking for a clever name. Couldn't find one.
Well, yeah, we could just go original. Just go Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you guys, thank you for yet again another awesome session. As always, I had a lot of fun.